Everyone knows America dropped 2 atomic bombs on Japan. Hiroshima, August 6, 1945. Nagasaki, August 9, 1945. 3 days apart. Here's what nobody asks. Why not wait longer? Why not give Japan time to surrender after the first one? The answer has nothing to do with Japan.
August 6, 1945, 8:15 in the morning. A single B-29 bomber called the Enola Gay flew over the city of Hiroshima. It dropped 1 bomb, named Little Boy. In less than a second, the temperature at the center of the explosion reached 7,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Japan's government received the news within hours. Emperor Hirohito held an emergency meeting. Military commanders argued the bomb was a one-time weapon. America couldn't possibly have more. They decided to wait, assess the damage, continue the war. That decision cost them everything.
Now, here's where it gets interesting. August 6th, Hiroshima, first bomb drops. August 9th, Nagasaki, second bomb drops. 3 days. Not 2 weeks, not 1 week, 3 days. If the goal was purely to end the war, why not wait 10 days? Give Japan's government time to process what happened. Allow surrender talks to begin. The US had been firebombing Japanese cities for months. Tokyo, Osaka, Kobe. Those raids killed more people than the atomic bombs. Japan had not surrendered. So America knew Japan wouldn't immediately fold after 1 bomb. They knew 3 days wasn't enough time, which means the 3 days wasn't about giving Japan a chance. It was about something else entirely.
The Manhattan Project, America's nuclear weapons program, had produced exactly 2 functional bombs by August 1945. Little Boy, Fat Man. That was it. 2 bombs, total. A third bomb was being assembled. It would be ready around August 19th. Military planners had penciled in a third target for late August if Japan still hadn't surrendered. So here's the first part of the real answer. America dropped both available bombs within 3 days because they didn't know how Japan would respond, and they couldn't risk waiting. Every day of delay was a day Japan could fortify, move military assets, or launch a counter-strategy.
On August 8, 1945, 2 days after Hiroshima, 1 day before Nagasaki, the Soviet Union declared war on Japan. Think about what that means. At the Yalta Conference in February 1945, Stalin had promised Roosevelt that the USSR would enter the Pacific War within 3 months of Germany's surrender. Germany surrendered on May 8th. 3 months later, August 8th. Stalin kept his word exactly on schedule. Now, here's what American leadership understood that history books often skip. If Japan surrendered to the Soviet Union, the way Germany had been divided after the war, Japan would be split too. A Soviet-occupied northern Japan and American-occupied southern Japan. Truman needed Japan to surrender to America before the Soviets could establish a significant presence. The second bomb wasn't just about ending the war. It was about winning the peace.
August 9th, the same day Soviet troops crossed into Japanese-controlled Manchuria, America dropped the second bomb on Nagasaki.
70,000 people died. 6 days later, on August 15th, Emperor Hirohito announced Japan's unconditional surrender. He surrendered to America, not to the Soviet Union. Japan was never divided. There was no North Japan and South Japan the way there was a North Korea and South Korea, because the timing worked.
Now, the question historians still argue about, was it justified? The argument for, the bombs ended a war that could have killed millions more. The land invasion of Japan was estimated at catastrophic casualties on both sides. The bombs, as brutal as they were, may have saved more lives than they took. The argument against, Japan was already considering surrender before the bombs. The Soviet declaration of war alone may have been enough. The real motivation? Beating the Soviets to Japan had nothing to do with saving lives. Both arguments have evidence. Both have serious historians behind them. What's not debatable is this. The decision was never as simple as the textbooks make it sound. It never is. The real reason America dropped 2 bombs in 3 days wasn't just military pressure. It was a race. A race against the Soviet Union. A race against a calendar. A race to define the post-war world before anyone else could. Hiroshima ended the war with Japan. Nagasaki started the Cold War with the Soviet Union. 2 bombs. 2 completely different targets. Now, I want to know what you think. Was the second bomb necessary? Or was it purely political? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. And if this changed how you think about something you learned in school, there's more where that came from.